In the time before humans, a creature of fire named Azazel was born. This was a time when the heavens were populated by two types of beings, angels made of pure light and jinns made of fire. The angels were devoted worshippers, while the jinns, like Azazel, had a different destiny. Azazel was born from the race of jinns, his lineage traced back to the formidable Chalipa and Tablis. His father Chalipa was a towering figure with the face of a lion. He was known for his bravery and strength. His mother, Tablis, was no less formidable. With a face resembling a female wolf, she was as brave and powerful as her husband. These were the parents of Azazel, and from them he inherited traits that would shape his existence. Azazel was a unique blend of his parents' characteristics. He was rebellious, like the jinns before him, cunning in his ways, brave in the face of adversity, and powerful beyond measure. But this power and rebellion would soon lead to a clash of cosmic proportions. The jinns, despite their initial obedience, soon turned against their creator. Their rebellious nature surfaced, and they began to cause chaos and disorder on earth. The heavens trembled at their disobedience, and the angels were ordered to quell the rebellion. Thus, the first great war in the universe, the Blood Rage, erupted. In this brutal war, Azazel's parents, Chalipa and Tablis, fought with valor. However, the angels, with their divine strength, overpowered them. The jinn giants fell one by one, and among the fallen were Chalipa and Tablis. Their brave fight ended, leaving Azazel parentless and his race in disarray. The rebellious jinns were captured, and among them was Azazel. The prince of jinns, now a prisoner of the angels, was brought forth to the divine court. His parents were gone, his race was in shambles, but his story was just beginning. In the midst of chaos and war, Azazel was captured and brought to the divine court. This marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in the life of Azazel, the jinn born from fire. From a captive, Azazel was molded into a servant of God. This transformation was not an overnight shift, but a product of rigorous training and discipline. The angels, as ordered by the divine, took Azazel under their wings, teaching him the ways of worship, the path of righteousness, and the essence of obedience. Azazel, once a symbol of rebellion, was on a journey of transformation. With every passing day, he was shedding his old skin, the fiery temperament of a jinn, replaced with the tranquil demeanor of a devoted servant. The divine court that once witnessed his defiance now beheld his submission. As Azazel delved deeper into the teachings of the angels, a profound change began to take root. He became a vessel of divine wisdom, his mind steeped in the knowledge imparted by the celestial beings. The once rebellious jinn was now a scholar, his wisdom echoing in the heavenly courts, resonating with the divine teachings. His dedication to worship was unparalleled. Day and night, he would engage in worship, losing himself in the divine aura of his creator. His devotion was so profound that even the angels marveled at his piety. His austere and virtuous practices became the talk of the heavenly realm. Azazel's transformation was not just personal but also influential. His wisdom and devotion proved infectious, inspiring those around him, even the celestial beings. His fame spread like wildfire, his name echoing in every corner of the heavenly realm. His rise to fame was not a product of his past rebellion, but a testament to his transformation. His wisdom, his devotion, and his obedience made him a respected figure among the heavenly beings. His story was a beacon of hope, a symbol that change was not only possible, but also rewarding. From a prisoner of his past, Azazel had become a beloved servant of God. He was no longer a jinn, but a beacon of wisdom and devotion in the heavenly realm. Azazel was no longer the rebellious jinn, but a respected and beloved servant of God. But even the most devout can fall from grace. This adage rings true as we delve into the circumstances that led to the rebellion of Azazel, a being of such devotion and wisdom that his name became synonymous with servitude to God. What could have prompted such a profound and respected figure to defy his creator? Azazel, a jinn made from a burning flame, was once an exemplar of piety. His devotion to God was unshakable and his wisdom unmatched. He was a teacher to the angels, a beloved servant of God, and held a position of high esteem in the divine court. Yet beneath the surface of this exemplary devotion, a storm was brewing. Azazel, despite his wisdom and devotion, was not immune to pride. His elevated status and the respect he garnered from others began to foster a sense of superiority within him. He started to see himself as more than just a servant, but as a being deserving of reverence and adoration. The seeds of rebellion were quietly sown. As time passed, this sense of supremacy grew stronger. Azazel, once the epitome of humility and servitude, started to challenge the divine order. His actions began to reflect his newfound arrogance, and he strayed from his path of devout worship. This was the beginning of his descent. Despite the warnings and pleas from those around him, Azazel made the fateful decision to defy God. He rejected his divine purpose, choosing instead to follow his own path, one that was marked by disobedience and rebellion. The beloved servant of God, the teacher of angels, had become a renegade. The heavens watched in disbelief as Azazel, once a shining beacon of devotion, turned his back on his Creator. His rebellion was not a momentary lapse in judgment, but a conscious choice born out of pride and arrogance. His defiance was not against a particular command or decree, but against the very essence of divine order. In the grand scheme of the universe, Azazel's rebellion was more than a personal fall from grace. It was a cataclysmic event that shook the foundations of divine order and hierarchy. His defiance marked the beginning of a cosmic conflict that would reverberate through the ages, but every action has its consequence. Azazel's defiance did not go unpunished. He was expelled from the divine court, stripped of his esteemed position, and his name became a symbol of rebellion and defiance. The beloved servant of God had fallen from grace, and his fall served as a stark reminder of the consequences of pride and arrogance. In his defiance, Azazel turned his back on God and fell from his high position. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of pride and arrogance. It reminds us that even the most devout can fall from grace when they allow their sense of self-importance to overshadow their devotion to God. From a beloved servant to a fallen angel, Azazel's story takes a tragic turn. The once revered and cherished figure Azazel held a high position in the divine court, but his pride and rebellion against his creator led him down a path of disgrace and ruin. Azazel, who was once considered the epitome of piety, wisdom, and discipline, was stripped of his title and expelled from the divine court. His dismissal was not a simple change of status. It was a significant fall from grace. His rebellion was a direct challenge to the divine order, a violation of the sacred law, and a betrayal of the trust bestowed upon him. The repercussions were severe and immediate. The divine court, a realm of purity, righteousness, and obedience, could not allow such defiance to go unpunished. The severity of Azazel's actions warranted an equally severe punishment. Stripped of his esteemed position, Azazel was cast out, relegated to a life of disgrace and humiliation. This drastic change in status was not just a punishment, it was a stark reminder of the consequences of rebellion and pride. Azazel, who was once an esteemed figure, was now a fallen angel, a symbol of disobedience and arrogance. His fall from grace was a direct result of his actions, a reflection of his choices. The fall of Azazel serves as a potent reminder of the consequences of pride and rebellion. It underlines the importance of obedience, humility, and respect for divine authority. It reminds us that status and respect are earned through righteousness and piety, not through pride or rebellion. No matter how high one's position may be, disobedience and arrogance can lead to a fall from grace. Azazel's story is a testament to this truth. His fall from a respected figure to a disgraced one was not an accident. It was a consequence of his actions. And so Azazel's tale serves as a reminder of the consequences of pride and rebellion. It is a cautionary tale that underscores the importance of humility, obedience, and respect for divine authority. The tale of Azazel is one of caution and humility. Born from the lineage of jinns, Azazel's life was a journey from glory to downfall. His story begins with a high position of respect and admiration, teaching angels and standing close to God. However, his pride led him to rebel, resulting in his expulsion from the divine court. This rebellion was not without consequence. He, who was once a beloved servant, became an emblem of defiance and disobedience. Azazel's story vividly illustrates how pride can lead to one's downfall, and how rebellion against the divine order can have severe consequences. His tale carries a lesson for all of us. It teaches us the importance of humility, obedience, and the need to acknowledge our place in the grand scheme of the divine order. It reminds us to always respect and honor the divine authority.